Hello and welcome back to Restoring Red. In today's video, we're going to be taking these cultivator arms off, these John Blue fertilized hoppers off, and then after that we'll take a real good look at the tractor and see what the damage is on this poor old 1951 Super C. Alright, bringing you guys in close here, I want to show you these three bolts are the main ones that hold this cultivating arm setup onto the Super C with some linkages that connect to the hydraulic unit to raise it up and down. I'm going to break these loose, just loose, because I won't be able to take this off alone. I'll have my brother or my dad come help me lift it off. But I'm going to break these loose first, and then we'll tackle the John Blue fertilized hoppers. That one was loose already. Alright guys, I loosened up these bolts. I took one of them out. It's on the ground right here. And it's quite loose now. So now I just have to work on getting some of this linkage off. And I'll be ready to get some help and try to lift it off the tractor. There we go. I just want to show you guys the condition of this tractor. I came under here to loosen up some linkage for the the cultivating arms, and there's a big old hole in my transmission. And I don't remember seeing that when we picked it up. I couldn't imagine whatever was covering it fell out on the way here, but I can see some transmission work in the future for this Super C. All right, I've taken this bolt out. I've loosened up these two. It is ready to come off. So I'm gonna get some help in a little bit and we'll take it off. That's always a neat stamp to see on your equipment. All right, I'm gonna spend some time working on this side and I'll come back to you in a few minutes. taking these bolts out. They keep this cog that's cut in half wrapped around the axle. So as the axle spins, it turns and pulls the chain and engages the fertilizer hopper. But man, this poor tractor, I just brush up against it right here and I just get covered in grease or oil. I don't know if there's a good seal in this thing, but we're gonna change that. Took this half off. Let's see if we can get the other half off. There we go.
But it's got the same engine as a Super C.
All right, I got some help. We got both cultivating arms off, and we're gonna get the last John Blue fertilizer hopper off, and it's starting to look like a Super C.
Where's the gun?
On that side, or on top of the tractor.
You come in right here, and I think he only has one left.
He's got two in there.
Yeah. Well, Will can get the one. Not that one. Get the other one first.
I got it. Ready?
Yeah. It ain't coming nowhere because of that. All right, Will. Hold it here, and put your other hand under the bar. Yeah. Go, Sammy. Alright, start coming down. Yay!
All right. Now it looks like a tractor.
Hold on.
Where's my other boat, Sam?
In the
Oh, it sure is.
Fertilize in there.
There we go.
Will, if you and Sammy can, move them over here. Onto the pallet.
All right. So now it's really coming together, starting to look like a tractor again. We got the cultivator arms off, the fertilizer hoppers off, and now we're going to take this back implement off. It's like a drawbar, also holds back feet. It's got a hole here for hauling tobacco trailers. See the PTO and this conveyor belt pulley, and looks really nice. So the way we're going to get this off is it's got some clamps that go around the axle, and it's got some linkage that goes to the hydraulic unit, and if I take that off, it should slide right off. So let's get to it. Okay, before we tackle the back end to get that off, I want to get this chain off. And I'm going to use a very special tool to do this. Now don't get mad at me. This is a John Deere chain breaker. So, in order to get this chain off, we have to slide the links out. And that can be kind of hard by hand. Real tough, lots of friction. So, John Deere and International, they both made these. Made this special device where you slide a link of the chain in and it holds it for you. Then, I should turn it the other way. 1 second, let's see. Chains are, these type of chains, kind of hard to handle sometimes. Well, let's see if we can make it work. And you gotta be careful because it might pinch you. All right, so you slide this link in right here, and then you line up your chain where it will slide out. and then you take your hammer and you give it a tap. And just like that, you've broken your chain and I can get it out from around this axle. I've got the rear bar standing up on this professional jack stand. That way, it gave me some wiggle room so I can get this pin out, so I can undo the linkage from the hydraulic unit, and then we can work on the axle bolts. Alright, I've got a heavy duty bar, and we're going to see if we can break this nut. That was easier than I thought, which is a good thing. Alright, I got the right side clamp off of the axle and I missed it. I shut the camera off because I thought I was going to loosen up the other bolt and then get it off, but it fell off by itself. So we're going to do this one next. I'm going to try to get it on camera. This one has a traditional nut and then a square nut. I guess they lost one. So I want to try, I'm going to do the top one first because it'll probably fall off easier. But I need to go get a adjustable wrench. All right, we have our adjustable on. Let's give it a twirl. It's too tight. Well, let's try the bottom one, the heavy duty. I didn't want to put you guys through it, but I got it off. And it took a lot of persuasion. But it's loose from the bottom, which is good. And we might have a chance of getting it off. After a little more persuasion, I knocked it loose. Let's go around the back, see if we can drag it off. All right, guys, I had my brother come and help me pull this thing off. It was real hard to get off because it kept moving. But we got it off. And now, let's take a walk around and look at what we have. Well, here it is, the Super C. Finally ridden of all the implements that got left on it. But now, it looks like a tractor. A tractor that needs a lot of help. But I'm here to help. It's missing a lot of parts. It's missing the muffler. It's missing lights. It's probably missing wires, missing nuts and bolts here and there. It's got a cheap carburetor on it. It's very, very, very dirty. The engine looks black. It's supposed to be red. And of course, the big thing, the grill. The face of the Super C has been smashed in. Unfortunately, loading it up on a trailer got a little difficult for someone. And they hit the back end of their gooseneck trailer when they were loading it. But I'm going to fix that. It's missing a back fender. We're going to get you a new one. And unfortunately, it just seems like every seal here just leaks and leaks and leaks. There's puddles of grease just where there's a seal. So it looks like we'll be going through the whole back end, the whole front end, the whole top end, everywhere. But that's okay. I think it's worth it. Because it's a good tractor. It looks nice. It's mostly there. Most of the parts are there. And hey, who knows, maybe we'll open up the engine and it won't be that bad. Maybe we'll open up the transmission and it won't be that bad. But I'm excited to see what's inside and what's in store for this Super C. Also, I wanted to show you guys there's a plastic bag in here. And I'll show you why there's a plastic bag in there. Because if you look in here, there's the exhaust manifold broken right off. Unfortunately, on arrival, we discovered that, but we already committed to it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Restoring Red, working on our old Super C here, getting the implements off so we can really see what the Super C is supposed to look like. It definitely looks like a tractor now, and the next part is we're just going to have to dig in wherever we can, wherever we might think to look first. Maybe thinking about seeing if we can get it running. If we get a new exhaust manifold and install it, put a new battery in it, see if it just turns over. Or we could just go straight into teardown. We already know we have to replace a bunch of seals. We know it leaks oil very badly. So it might be worth it just to skip seeing if it runs right away, because even if it does, we'll eventually have to do a lot of rebuilding. But let me know what you think we should do first. Should we see if it runs, do a classic will it run video, or should we do straight into teardown so that we can see what we're working with and hopefully not find too much damage? Again, thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video. Let me know if you did. Subscribe if you want to keep seeing more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.